Well, hello again, everyone. This is Mr. Reeves back with you. And as promised in the previous video on finding the area of composite figures, we're back to do some problem solving with areas of composite figures. So I'm going to go ahead and find a problem. This is on page 280 in your textbook. We are in Module 9, and we are looking at areas of composite figures. Here we go. A window is being replaced with tinted glass. The plan at the right shows the design of the window. Each unit length measures 1 foot. The glass costs about $28 per square foot. How much will it cost to replace the glass? All right, so let's take a look. So first of all, this area represents the window, and they said that each one of these squares is 1 foot, right? So 1 square right there, that represents 1 square foot. So when we find the area of this, we're finding the area in square feet, assuming we mark off each of these. So let's go ahead and count here. Right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this across here is 5 feet. Going up we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 feet. Okay. All right, and let's take a look at what this shape is made up of because we want to find the area. Well, in the middle, I hope you can see we have a rectangle. So I'm first going to find the area of the rectangle. And the area of a rectangle is the base times the height, or the length times the width. So it's going to be 5 times 4, or 20 square feet. Excuse me. So that takes care of the area of this part right here. So that part of the window right there is 20 square feet. All right, now we have to get these two parts here. Well, that's not a good color to use, is it? All right, so we have to get this part here and this part here. Well, I hope you can see that each one of those makes up half a circle, and 2 half circles make a whole circle. So we're going to have the area of a circle. And by the way, a rectangle is length times width. The area of a circle is pi times the radius squared, or pi times, now let's take a look. 4 was all the way across, so 4 was the diameter, right? And the radius is half the diameter, so the radius is 2 feet. So it's pi times 2 squared, or pi times 4, or if you prefer, 4 times pi, right? All right, but what did they tell us to use for pi? They said, as all these problems have done, consistently to use 3.14 for pi. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my handy dandy calculator, and I'm going to do 4 times 3.14. And when I do that, I get 12.56. Okay, 12.56 is the approximate area of those two put together. So when I add those together, I get 20 plus 12.56, and 20 plus 12.56 makes 32.56 square feet. That is the area of the window. And that would be the answer, except the question wasn't, what is the area of the window? The question was, how much will it cost to replace the glass? So we have to look right here where it tells us that the cost is $28 per square foot. So we have 32.56 square feet approximately, because we did use 3.14 for pi, and we're going to multiply that by 28, right? So one of them is 28, so if we want the total cost, we have to multiply $28 per square foot times 32.56 feet. So again, let's go back to our handy dandy calculator, and we're going to do 28 times, what was that number again? It was 32.56. 32.56. And when I do that, I get 900 $911.68. So it's just about $911.68. All right. So this was an example of finding the composite figure area. It was a rectangle plus two half circles together. We added those areas together and then we multiplied by the cost per square foot. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a different problem. All righty, how about this one right here, number 10. We now, by the way, are on page 281 if you're following along in your own book. Number 10, Alex is making 12 pennants for the school fair. The pattern he is using to make the pennants is shown in the figure. The fabric for the pennants costs $1.25 per square foot. How much will it cost Alex to make 12 pennants? So this shape right here represents a pennant. You guys know pennant is like one of those flags. All right, so again, we're going to start by finding the area. So once again, let's figure out what we have. Right here, we have a rectangle, right? If we fill that in, that's a rectangle. And then stuck over here on the end, what do we have? We have a triangle. So again, I'm going to find the areas first, and then we'll go ahead and figure out the cost. So the area, sure, I'll put areas. And then we're going to start with a rectangle. And again, the formula for the area of a rectangle is length times width. So this is, oh, this is tough math, guys. 1 times 3. Should I get out my handy dandy calculator? No! 1 times 3 is 3. So the area of that part, the pink part of the pennant, is 3 square feet. All right, but then we also have the area of a triangle. And I hope you remember that the area of a triangle is 1/2 of the base times the height. So here we go. So right here is our base of our triangle. So how long is that? Well, they didn't label it, but it's the same as there over there. So it's 1. Right here, I don't know why, but I usually do the height in red, right? So this is my height. So my height is 1 and my base is 1. So we have 1/2 times 1 times 1. Again, I hope you don't break out your calculator. All right, 1/2 of 1 is 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. So we get 1/2 square feet or 1/2 square foot. Not quite sure what we should say there. All right, so what is our total area? Our total area is those two added together. 3 plus 1/2 is 3 1/2, or if you prefer, a lot of you like decimals better, 3.5 square feet. So that is the total area of this pennant, right? Okay, but it's going to cost him $1.25 per square foot. So just like in the previous problem, we're going to do the area times the cost per square foot. It's going to be the area. Let me try writing that again. The area times the cost per square foot. So the area is 3.5. And the cost per square foot is $1.25. And so now I am going to go ahead and get out my handy dandy calculator. And I'm going to do 3.5 times 1.25. And when I do that, I get 4.375. Now you got to remember that this is money. So when I go 4.375, that's the cost, by the way, for one pennant, okay? So I'm going to wait to round. If I just wanted the cost for one pennant, I would say $4.38. But because we're doing 12 of them, I'm going to go ahead and then multiply that by 12 here. I don't like seeing those key strips. I'm going to hide that. Here we go. So now I'm going to do 4.375, or I think I showed you this in another video. When you have the answer there on these calculators, you could just put the operation that's next. 4.375, that's the cost for one pennant. I'm going to multiply it by 12, and here we go. I get 52.50. Okay, 52.5. So $52.50 is the total cost. All right, so there's a lot of writing here. So just to go back real quick through each step, what we did, first thing we did was we found this area right here. That was the area of the rectangle. Next thing we did was we found the area of the triangle. That was right here. And then we added those two areas together. We added the area of the rectangle to the area of the triangle, and we got the total area, right? So here, I'm going to make that total area green. Oh, this is going to be horrible. Green. So, all right, so then the total area was green. And then what did we multiply that by? We multiplied that by the cost per square foot. And that gave us right here. Now that is the cost for one pennant, right? So the cost for one pennant was $4.37 with an extra half cent thrown on there. So then we had to multiply that by 12. So I don't think I showed my work here. So we had 4.375 times 12 because we were making 12 pennants, and that's where we got the total cost. All right, so these problems are pretty similar. You find the area, and then you multiply the area times the cost per square foot. All right, so let's go ahead and do one more on here. I'm number 13 on the next page. All right, this one's a little different. It says the figure shown is made up of a triangle and a square. The perimeter of the figure is 56 inches. What is the area of the figure? The area of the figure. All right, so if we go ahead and take a look at this, it mentions perimeter, and I hope you remember perimeter is the distance all the way around. So they told us this is 10 and this is 10, and the total perimeter, they told us was what? 56, right? So we don't know that side, and that side. By the way, when you see marks like this in geometry, that means they're the same length. And the reason I know that they're the same length is they said that this was a square. So I'm going to take 56 and I'm going to subtract 20 because 10 plus 10 is 20. And when I do that, I get 36. So that means this side plus this side plus this side has to equal 36. So if three things equal 36 and you want to know what one of them is, you divide by, you divide by 3. And 36 divided by 3 is 12. So this side is 12 inches, this side is 12 inches, and this side is 12 inches. All right, so now we know, we already knew the perimeter, but now we know all the sides. So now we're ready to solve this problem. It says, what is the area? All right, the hard part's done. What do we have right here? We have a square. And how do we find the area of a square? Well, the area of a square is the side squared. Remember, a square is a rectangle and it's length times width, right? But since they're the same, anything times itself is squared, so it's 12 squared. I hope you know without a calculator that 12 squared is 144. So 144 square inches is the area of the square. Now we have to find the area of the triangle. All right, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So again, this right here is going to be the base of our triangle, right? That base is the same length as all the rest on the square is 12. So it's going to be 12. Whoops, I forgot the half at the beginning. Let me try that again. Let's get this right, Mr. Reeves. 1/2 times 12 times the height is 8. So here we go. Half of 12 is 6. 6 times 8 is 48. So the area of that triangle is 48 square inches. The area of the square was 144. So the total area, we have to add those two together. 48 plus 144. I guess it's okay to get out our calculator for this one. 48 plus 144. And when we do that, we get 192. 192 square inches is the total area. All right, so to summarize what we did, they told us the perimeter was 56. We at that time did not know these lengths, right? Didn't know that one either. All right. We took 56. We subtracted the 2 that we did know. 10 plus 10 is 20. We got 36. And then we knew that the rest of the perimeter was made up of these 3 sides, right? Because the perimeter is all the way around. We took 36. We divided it by 3. And now we knew this was 12. And then we were ready to find the 2 areas. The area of a square we did right here. And that was the side squared, right? And then we did this area right here, which is the area of the triangle, and that was 1/2 the base times height, and we got 48, right? So then we added those 2 numbers together, and we got 192 square inches. All right, well, I hope that helps you in solving some problems with composite figures. As always, if you need any more help, feel free to email me, and I'll be happy to help you some more. Have a great day, everybody.